Hey guys, Problem1701 here. Today we are going to be reviewing episode 4 of Doctor Who Flux. What is it? Village of the Angels? Is that it? Something like that. This story was really good until it wasn't. And then it really wasn't. First off, let me say I really enjoyed the cinematography. I think the director did a really good job visually with the story. I did enjoy that. I love how most of it is shot at night. I think the Weeping Angels work better at night, and just our inherent fear of the dark, I think it plays into that really well. I think it's one of the reasons why Blink is so successful, is a large portion of it is at night, or when it's cloudy. I do like the fact the 1901 scenes are in the day, though, because it really does differentiate the time zones and the difference between what's going on in them, especially with the 1967 dark time period being way more tense because most of the action's happening there. I find it weird that the Doctor let Yaz and Dan separate when she didn't know what was going on. That seems a bit of a mistake when you might be right where the Angels want you to be. I know she didn't know they were there yet, but considering what had just happened in the TARDIS, you figured she'd want to keep them close instead of sending them off. And again, this goes into this Doctor really keeping things to herself, really not letting people in. She's very introverted. This really plays into that with her. I have to go do it myself. Y'all stay over here and do this. I'll handle everything. And wanting to do it herself. And that is what, of course, puts Dan and Yaz in their current situation. Going back to the directing of the episode, there was a lot of camera angles I really like. And a lot of camera shots I really like. I really like when the professor or the psychiatrist gets sent back. How it does that panning shot when he's going around it, and you see we're jumping right into spoilers, by the way. So I just kind of ramble in my videos. And it gets in his eye, and then boom, he's in the past. That was a really nice camera shot. There was a lot of really good camera shots in this. I will say that. I love most of this era. I think has had really good camera work, and it has a very cinematic look to it. And this is no exception. The camera work here is really, really good. I really like the visuals. The visuals to the story look really good. The story itself, I was enjoying up to around the end. I liked having the Angels back. I was enjoying what they were doing. It's not as effective as Blink. And the problem with the Angels, the inherent problem with the Angels, is that they work really good as a first-time villain because you don't quite know what's going up with them. And Blink uses that to great effect as building what they are and what's happening and the tension of not knowing what this thing is we're dealing with. Where at this point in Doctor Who, we're very familiar with them and what they do. So they're never going to be quite as effective, in my opinion. They're kind of a one-trick pony. They're still utilized really well here. I like the moving. I love the nighttime and the shadows and watching them slowly get people like the preacher and everything. The bit with him counting the gravestones and stuff. Really neat scene. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed seeing Claire again. I like the actress who plays her. I like a lot of the actors in this. The actors all seem to do a good job. The actress playing Clara is good. The actress playing the psychiatrist, or the actor playing the psychiatrist, he's great. I really like him. He nails this. He definitely has that someone who used to be in the military bearing to him. I love how he's not afraid by any of this. Even the Doctor comments on, he's so intrigued by everything going on, he's not even thinking to be scared. And he's like, no, and I was in the war and blah, blah, blah. I'm not afraid. I like that. I like how he's not intimidated by anything going on. I like the scene when the Angel is talking through him with his voice through the TV. That's really neat. And he's just not having any of it. I like the fact he stands his ground. He's a cool character. Again, the stuff with Claire is kind of weird, but we know the Angels can do that. Flesh and Stone kind of establishes they can do that. So it's nothing out of left field. Although her kind of getting the dust in her eye and the hands changing is kind of weird. I liked everything going on with the Angels and them moving around. The stuff with the house, it was really building tension well. It was using night well. Where it started to lose me was when the Doctor was mind linked with the Angel, which I thought was interesting, or with Claire. And the Angel mentions being in the division, and the Angels are part of the division, and I was like, come again? Oh, yeah. The Angels were in the division. What? Everything's in the division. It's somewhere. Wait, what? This is where I started getting concerned. This is dumb. This is like 5-year-old fan fiction. Everything's part of the division. I know we'd already seen the dog guy in it, and I'm going to be fairly honest, I thought that was stupid too. For me, the division was a group of the Time Lords, kind of like the CIA, the Time Lord CIA, the Celestial Intervention Agency, or whatever they're called there. Which might be why they changed the name, because they didn't want that to be confusing for Americans. I don't know. But instead, I figured it was just a group of Time Lords who did stuff in secret, like the Gallifreyan CIA does. But no, apparently they use even weeping angels. That sounds like, like when you're like 7 years old and you're playing with all your toys and you're playing with friends. And hey, we've got this group called the Division with Time Lords, and one of your friends shoves all of his weeping angel toys. And look, the weeping angels are part of this too. And you're like, no, that's dumb. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, the time. And then we're going to shove in the dog guy. He's part of the Division. It's really dumb. It started to lose me. The Division is starting to feel more and more like the TVA from Loki. This little time thing that just watches everything. And, a lot of people had already made the comparison saying that Loki was a better version of Doctor Who here. And that, it very much reminded people of Doctor Who, like that episode of Loki when they're on the planet that's about to blow up. Which is, come to think of it, having just watched Galaxy 4, I can see it. It's like a high-budget version of Galaxy 4. That just clicked in my head. That episode of Loki. And so this feels like part of Loki, like Doctor Who's borrowing from Loki now. With this, the Division, I don't like that. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. The angels with the hands coming out of the walls, I was like, the angels seem too powerful here. I guess it's because they're part of the Division. But they seem way more of a threat than they were compared to, like, Blink. The ones in Blink look like amateurs now. Congratulations, Doctor Who. You're actually hurting older classic masterpiece episodes now. And then the reveal of Claire having not met the Doctor before. She only knows about the Doctor because stuff the angels were putting into her mind retroactively hurts Halloween Apocalypse. Because I liked in Halloween Apocalypse that she seemed to know the Doctor and we didn't know why. That was a cool little mystery. And you think, well, maybe she meets her at another time and she met the Doctor before the Doctor met her, etc., 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 time travel. And maybe she's somehow looping back and forth. There was a lot of cool theories you could have done out of that, and this is the answer. And now I just feel a little let down. So when I watch Halloween Apocalypse, I'm not going to be as impressed by that now. I'm already worried the next time I watch Blink, I'm going to be like, these amateurs weeping angels. They were the Division weeping angels. They would have had them by now. So we're retroactively hurting Russell T. Davies stuff now. And then the part at the end... let me say, the little girl being the older woman, I completely picked up on that ahead of time. I had that figured out. So when they actually reveal it, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this done better in other stuff. Like Quantum Break, the game Quantum Break actually did that way, way, way better. I love Quantum Break. Great game. Did that way better in this. I mean, it's not necessarily bad, but it's easy to see coming. There was something else, too, that was easy to see coming that I don't remember right off the top of my head. But there was another moment where something was... Oh, yeah, Azure being... When the Belle, who I'd completely forgot about until just now, because she's such an uninteresting character, when she was with the other guy, and, this person's coming to save all of us. I figured it was Azure with Passenger, and she was going to put them all in Passenger. Again, I think most people probably figured that out. When she showed up with Passenger, I was like, yeah, okay, I know. I got it. I really am not clicking with this Belle character. It's nothing against the actress. I don't care. I just don't care. I find it completely uninteresting. I never really clicked with Vendor. I really hate that he was a guy trying to do the right thing and he got kind of screwed over, because I get that. But I don't connect with her and her love is all that matters. Love is a mission. Oh, grow up. She sounds like she's in junior high. Like she sounds like a 13-year-old. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I'm like, yes. I like Air Supply too, young lady. I have their greatest hits. They're great. Life is not like that, though. Grow up. So, I don't really care for the whole soul plot from her. I'm just kind of watching it like, okay, let's get back to the angels. Because at this point, the episode was still being pretty good. Let's get back to the angels. And then the part at the end when it turns out to be a trap. No! It's a trap? To get the Doctor? Who knew? I figured something was up. Again, when she was talking with the angel in the angel's mind or in Claire's mind, again, another part where I found out it was really going off the rails. I have all of your memories. I can give them back to you. And I'm like, no, hard pass. No, I don't want the doctor getting her memories back. I don't need the doctor remembering 10,000 lives before Hartnell. The doctor not having those memories is what makes her who she is. If she suddenly gets flooded by God only knows how many lifetimes of memories, she might not be the same person. I don't want the doctor getting these memories back. To me, that's part of what makes her who she is now. Don't get me wrong. I hate the Timeless Children retcon to begin with. This is a stupid idea. Very, very. I think I have a video coming actually talking about the Timeless Children. The good things. I actually do have a video talking about the good things to come out of Timeless Children. Some of you will find interesting. It's 5 minutes and 45 seconds long. It's interesting. But yeah, it's a terrible idea. I hate the Timeless Children. Stupid idea. But yeah, that whole thing, I was like, no. Hard no to her getting her memories back. Don't want to see that. Don't care. Don't need it. I don't need Chris Chibnall with a damn hammer and a chisel. This is Doctor Who's canon. This is Chibnall. This isn't fast enough. Where's my jackhammer? Come on, y'all. I get the fact you want to bring in more people to the show. I get that. There's nothing wrong with that because you already know us old fans, we're suckers. We're going to buy it anyway. I don't even like this episode. Guess who's got the Flux Steelbook pre-ordered? And in fact, I'm buying them digitally as they're coming out. So I'll be buying these episodes twice. They got me. They already know they got us. So now they're trying to get everybody else. So they don't care what we think. They just want to bring in the new people. And then the ending of the episode. The part that this is the part that's just plain stupid. Right after the trap is announced, you have been recalled. And I see this light come up around her. And I'm kind of like, hey, that's cool. Makes me think of the light from Mind Warped when they recall the Sixth Doctor. When he's walking, suddenly that light hits him and he backs into the TARDIS. Maybe they're gonna do that. A nice callback to Classic Who. No. Next thing I know, she's turning into one of the statues in what is some shoddy CG work. That is some of the worst looking effects I have seen in Doctor Who. Notice I don't say modern Doctor Who. I say in Doctor Who. The people who made the Web Planet would be looking at that CGI look going, ooh, I can't believe you put that on television. Trust me, bubble wrap and Ark in Space is pulled off as a creature better than this CGI. It looks so amateurish when she turns into the statue. The CGI itself is terrible, but the idea is so stupid. Why did she turn into a weeping angel? Are the weeping angels actually Time Lords who are being punished for something? There is a fan theory, I've heard of that, where the weeping angels used to be Time Lords. Is that what happened to Barusa and the Five Doctors? I'm curious now, when his face got put into the little stone thing at the end, is that the eternity he wanted that he got cursed to as being a weeping angel? That's an interesting fan theory, actually. They turn you into a weeping angel? That's it? Was that his reward? Is he one of the weeping angels there like, gotta get some payback to the doctor? It's so dumb. She turns into it and then the camera pans up and I'm sitting here going, this is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in Doctor Who outside of the Timeless Children and Kill the Moon. Power of Kroll works better than this. Fury from the Deep's animation works better than this. I can't think of a single effect in classic Doctor Who that looks that bad, but is certainly that stupid. The freaking creature from Warriors of the Deep works better. And just as a plot point, it's dumb. It's dumb. It makes no sense. Why? What fuck? And don't get me wrong. Next episode may make perfect sense. Let me be clear. Flux is one of those things you're not going to be able to really judge it until it's over. My whole worry, as I mentioned in every review, is it's got to stick the landing. It's got to stick the landing. How I'm going to feel about these episodes is going to depend on how they stick the landing. How they stick the landing. And my biggest concern the whole time is, where's the jump the shark moment? Because I don't trust Chris Chibnall. I don't trust him. I'm waiting for that moment where it just does something so stupid that my willing suspension of disbelief just says, oh, let me get my suitcase. I'm out of here. Have fun. This episode had it. This was the episode where I was like, fuck, they did it. Crap. And it's just dumb. And maybe they can fix it. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll be watching episode 5. I'll be watching episode 6. And as I've said before, I fully believe this whole Flux stuff is going to carry over into the specials. I don't think it's going to resolve with Flux. I think we're going to be seeing the outcome of this for the rest of Whitaker's run. And it's all going to depend on how well it sticks that landing. But this episode is... Oof. Like, it was going all right. I was liking it, and then it just went... I mean, it went... That's not even a slide. That's a free fall. It's so dumb. I'm so disappointed. And it just adds to why I have such an issue with the 13th Doctor. Don't get me wrong. I think Jodie Whittaker's performance is much improved on this, and she's felt more like the Doctor. And I love that little moment when she's had the reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. Yes, I had a little classic Who Squee moment where I was like, John Pertwee. I liked that. But just... while her performance is improved, the writing of her Doctor is just atrocious in the sense that, here's the reason why I think she's the weakest Doctor in Doctor Who. She is always on the back foot. Always on the back foot. She is always behind. You know, most of the Doctors are either only a little behind, like half a step behind, or they're right there on even ground, or like McCoy, they're 3 steps ahead. This is the only Doctor I've ever seen that's 780,642 steps behind at all times. She never has a clue what's going on. She's always, what's going on? What's happening? What's this? She's very fidgety, which even she has said, but she always seems like she's trying to catch up to what's going on. And that, to me, that's not the Doctor. The Doctor is in control of the situation. I guarantee you at the end, if that had been the 4th Doctor there, he would have been a few more steps ahead. Even the 6th Doctor would have been like, you cannot put me on trial, send me back, recall me to the Time Lords with you. I don't think you even know who you're talking to. How dare you? That would be Colin Baker. And God help them, imagine if it had been the 7th Doctor there. I would pity the weeping angels. I'd be like, he's got y'all exactly where he wants you. You know, even the 2nd Doctor would be looking around, looking for a way out. And of course, the 1st Doctor would just be indignant, like, how dare you? No, my dear fellows, you think you have me trapped up? You know, the 13th Doctor is the only one that's going to be in this, just backed into this corner in the first place. That's my biggest issue with her. So, I don't like it. I don't like this episode. I think this episode was pretty good up to the part when she was in Claire's mind. And then it started... And then it hit that ending with her turning into an angel. And it's not even so much that it's bad. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It makes no sense. Now, again, maybe they'll clear that up in Season 5, Season 6. Show me Weeping Angel Barusa. I don't know. But as it is, I'm just like, that's dumb. That could be the dumbest thing I've seen in Classic Who outside of the whole Timeless Children thing. And, you know, stuff like Kill the Moon, which is also stupid. So, yeah, I didn't like it. I was hugely disappointed. Other than the cinematography is fine. The director did fine. Other than that CGI scene with her at the end, which is dumb and awful and makes pretty much every effect in Classic Who look good by comparison, which is saying something. So that's my thoughts on Village of the Angels. I would like to know what you think of it and what you think of my thoughts on it. So feel free to comment down below. I haven't watched any reviews on it yet. I didn't want any spoilers, so I'm doing my review. Maybe everybody loves it. I don't know. I haven't seen any other reviews on it, so I will watch those later. So comment down below and let me know what you think. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. Other things to do, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications. I am trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal now. So if you like what I do, if you enjoyed this review, help me out with that. I do a new Doctor Who video every day. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and would like to support what I do, there is a link to that down in the description below where you get access to voting in things like polls for videos that I will do, behind the scenes videos, looks at other hobbies I have, like figures I collect and other stuff I collect. You also get early access to reviews I do. I think my review for The Invasion's all the way up, already up on Patreon. Y'all will be getting it here in a few days. So if you're interested in any of that, my entry level tier is only $2 a month. Check that out. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.